It is Thursday, December 11th, Jacob Fowler Day in the United States and Canada, and this is What Chaos? My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn, and across the room is Sean DePaz in the Sports Interaction Studio in Boston. Hello, boys. Happy Jacob Fowler Day to all who celebrate.
I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited.
Oh, yeah.
I've been waiting for this day for a little bit.
Friend of the show, Jacob Fowler, making his NHL debut tonight for the Montreal Canadiens. Canadiens having themselves a week. You got with Jacobs too. Jacob Tierney shouting him out, saying he does not recognize metal as an official mascot. Which the more I read up on it, metal only. Do you know this? Metal only comes out on Saturday nights.
Unless you buy some Fruju or whatever the hell that stuff is.
True Fru?
True Fru. Then
What was that second syllable that you seemed to not like?
Sorry. No, if you buy one of those
Happy Hanukkah
True
month
Frus.
to you too, you horrible person. My hair looks like I just got in a fight with Charlie Bucket's grandparents.
Nobody gives a shit about your hair. We're talking about
Charlie
metal.
Buckets.
Charlie Buckets?
Yeah.
Is that a Willy Wonka?
Yeah. You know Charlie Bucket?
No.
Really? What's your level of knowledge on Willy Wonka?
Like, I know the OG Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's Charlie Bucket.
Is that his name? Charlie Bucket? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know about Veruca Salt.
Is
Well,
that
you know
the
about
blueberry?
Mike TV.
Is Veruca the blueberry?
I believe so. She wants it now, Daddy.
Yes.
And then you got Mike TV. That motherfucker loves TV. Crazy that that there was a time in human history where if you watched a lot of TV, that was like your
They
brand.
made you like a villain on
They were like,
major motion
"Damn,
picture.
You watch TV? Crazy. That motherfucker had streaming services.
Mike TV got a bad rap.
Yeah, he just wanted to play Cowboys with his friends and watch TV. That's all I want to do.
Whom's among us?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Say no one gives a shit about my hair. Wrong. I give a shit about my hair, and I'm not having the best day with it. But we're having a good day in the hockey world. Pete, tell the folks it's on the show.
Today on the show, let's discuss the anti-cream. What's that about? Well, stay tuned to find out. Bin Laden, derogatory. I'm glad that it's clarified that we're going to be talking about Bin Laden in a derogatory way. Steve Peters makes his long-awaited return to the show. It's been a while since we've had Petey on the show. Very excited to have him back. We're going to talk a bunch of stuff go around the league. Very, very exciting. And then finally, we got a jersey tease. We're going to get a piss jersey tonight, and I'm very excited about it.
We think so. You think it happens? We don't know that it happens tonight.
The Bruins are suggesting that it's happening very soon. David Pasternak's carrying around a briefcase.
I think it happens tonight, but we don't know,
We don't know.
that it happens tonight.
There's piss in that briefcase, though.
There could be piss in the
I'm confident that there's
briefcase.
piss in the briefcase.
That has nothing to do with the jersey, though. It's just he pissed in that briefcase.
I'll say I don't want the jersey to be, and I live for the piss jersey, but I just want the Bruins jersey to be big and crazy. It doesn't need to be piss.
I think that
From what I've
requires
heard.
it to be piss in order for it to be. You can't have a black or white jersey and it be big or crazy.
What if it's cream?
Green?
Cream.
Oh, cream.
No, you can have a big and crazy jersey without being piss.
Well, I mean, if you're the Bruins, like I don't know how you get a black or white crazy jersy.
From what I've
It's
heard,
the craziest base.
Yes.
from what I've heard, Migo's voice,
That way.
the jersey is bad and busy. So I'm excited to see what it looks like, but my expectations are not very high.
From what I've heard, it's a big time. The shoulder patch should have been the crest jersey.
God, that's gotta mean there's gotta be a crack bear or something on the shoulder.
Why is that such a trend now?
Because I think people aren't courageous enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Like it's because like they usually are. The shoulder patch is like when we talk about the St. Louis Winter Classic jerseys, like that would have been a bold move for them to be like, this is our logo right now, because they have such a classic logo. But I don't know. Be bold.
Be bold. Don't. Yeah, it's cowardice if you think of something really cool that's out there and you're like, let's do it in a small little way.
Yeah, like the apple.
Yeah,
Make the apple the
exactly.
crest.
Well, we're going to start with hockey because there's a new hottest team in hockey, and it is the Chicago Blackhawks. Won last night at home, beat the New York Rangers 3-0. Great shutout win for Spencer Knight. It broke up a losing streak for the Blackhawks. They'd lost 3 of 4, and then they'd lost 3 of 4 before that. So kind of a surprise to see them win. Although we said yesterday with our Sports Interaction pick that, you know what, fuck it, something's got to give. Blackhawks are at home, and we go with the Blackhawks. They win. I know, Pete, you're a little more upper middle class right now as a result.
Just slightly more upper middle class, yeah.
Okay,
Nice
very
little
good.
day.
Here's where maybe we shouldn't have been so on edge about, will the Blackhawks win? They looked good doing it. It was a very attractive game. It was oops, all Centennial jerseys, as Sean puts up the picture there. You see the Blackhawks in their Centennial jerseys. You see Mika Zibanejad and the New York Rangers in their Centennial jerseys. This is why the result last night should not have surprised us, because while we told you earlier in the week on Monday that the Edmonton Oilers win every game they play in their cream jerseys.
And like in handily.
Yes, convincing fashion. The New York Rangers lose every game they play in their Centennial jerseys. Give me the numbers.
They are 0-5 through 5 times wearing the new Centennial jerseys. And when we talk about the Oilers winning in convincing fashion, the Rangers lose in convincing fashion while wearing these jerseys. 5 times they've won them. 10-7 against the Penguins. Shutout loss. What's up, Sean?
Well, no. You can finish. I have a point to make off of this.
Shutout loss against the Penguins in October. 3-1 loss against the Wild in October. 5-0 shutout loss against the Islanders in November. 2-1 loss against the Red Wings in November, and now once again a shutout loss against the Blackhawks, which, by the way, was not originally scheduled to be a Centennial jersey game for the Rangers. I think after the Rangers played the Red Wings, and everybody fell in love with that jersey matchup, and they kept saying more color on color, more color on color. The Rangers added this to their schedule for the Centennial jersey. Based off of what we're seeing here, I think that the Rangers have been outscored 16-2 in 5 games wearing the Centennial jersey. They're not adding any more fucking games to that jersey schedule.
Wait, you said 16 to... They've scored 2 goals in those jerseys?
It appears that they've scored 2 goals in those jerseys, being outscored 16-2 in 5 games.
Woof.
So I know we are coming at this as if we're blaming the Centennial jerseys, but do you remember what happened for the New York Rangers when they wore their normal blue jerseys for the first few times this season?
Yeah.
Didn't go well either.
Stop wearing blue.
Stop wearing blue or just give them a little time. They'll figure it out.
I thought you were going to go with the obvious counter to this that some people were putting in the chat, is that the Rangers are losing the games because the players wearing these jerseys are the New York Rangers, and the Rangers stink this season, baby.
Yeah,
and to that I say, we're talking about Edmonton winning all their games in the cream jersey. Edmonton and New York and the Rangers, they have similar records this season. So, like, it's not just the Rangers stink, although the Rangers do low-key kind of stink.
Yeah.
Another spin is that
Then yeah, I'm Fox back.
the Centennial jerseys for the Rangers look so good. Or I guess alternatively, the Oilers jerseys look so bad, they're like, we can't play like assholes in these jerseys. Because if we play like assholes, then we also look like assholes, and that's not good. Whereas the Rangers, they're like, we look good as shit, look good, feel good, not necessarily play good because they're feeling so good they're not focused on the game. They're just worried about how the IG posts that they're posting later.
Yeah, they're DJ worrying about his hair instead of doing the show. The Rangers are like, yeah, we look so hot. We
look
strutting
so hot, yeah.
in. And yeah, that's a good theory. I like that theory.
I don't
Not
know.
bad.
Look bad, play good has worked for the Oilers.
Speaking of
But exactly, because they don't want to look like assholes.
Speaking of wearing blue, I do have to address a commenter in the chat said that my clothing choice today looks suspiciously close to Michigan colors. And I honestly did think about that on the way in. I was like,
it's
fuck.
a little too late. I mean, you could've thrown a jersey on.
I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts, which is a Heim shirt from the freezer, and I love this shirt. Probably today was not the day to be wearing a navy blue and piss
Explain.
Heim shirt. Any college football fans in the chat or listening know exactly what that's in reference to.
You guys look very
Not a good day to be a Michigan man.
very like late 2010s Oilers, the orange and navy, or maybe a little Syracuse.
I mean, those are...
I like your fits together. Like they play off each other well.
I'll tell you what, I tried to wear a red t-shirt underneath this, and this is where I learned this jacket is a little Detroit Red Wings
Oh,
red.
that's just an orange.
No, it's
Or
red.
like
You're calling this
scarlet.
or- you're calling this-
It looks a little oranger
I'll
on
say
the
on the screen it looks orange.
it
Right
looks-
from this distance here, that is red as fuck.
Yeah, just looking at it, it looked red, and then you put on a red shirt with it, and you're like, oh.
It's like scarlet, or it's like Ohio State orange or red, which is like a very orangish.
It's that red with just a little drop of orange. Although, yeah, looking at it on screen, maybe our color balance is off. This looks a lot more orange, but yeah, it's the little things that make a difference in our lives. The little details in uniforms that are so good.
That's
and
pumpkin as hell.
I was just, are we?
oh no, I was going to move on, but if you
Okay.
want to,
Yeah, we got just another note. The Rangers are scheduled to wear the Centennial jersey 6 more times. So maybe go ahead and look at that schedule if you're a betting person.
On Sports Interaction.
Yeah.
scheduled losses.
Yep.
Okay. Speaking of jerseys, we have a very delicate what are we looking at here. I was perusing the hockey jersey Reddit yesterday and came across someone who ordered a Mackie Samoskevich Winter Classic jersey, and here is what they received. They posted it with, "Look how they massacred my boy," and if you're listening on audio, we always encourage you to watch on YouTube, but if you're listening on audio, make sure to leave us a nice review wherever you get your podcast. It's a Mackie Samoskevich jersey. Mackie Samoskevich, if you don't know, I was mainly surprised by the number choice because I understood Mackie Samoskevich to be a 25 wearing man. Alas, he changed his number to 11 for this season. So that is a jersey in which the 11s, I should say, the 3 of them look kind of strange and like something. Maybe it's that they're too close together, but what I saw was also seen by the commenters because
And me before seeing the commenters. As soon as you hit me with that in the chat, I immediately went to the man wearing the yellow coat, poking out from behind the tree, rubbing his hands, and I was like, "That's Bin Laden."
it looks like
Bin Laden right now.
it looks like the Twin Towers.
Yes.
The 11. Sean, how do you feel about it? Do you think that it looks like that? Because you
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. You just can't have something that like there needs to be, if there was some like piping or like lining or like a border on the numbers or something. You don't find.
Serifs.
Yeah,
We're
serifs,
go-
anything. It's just bricks.
hold that thought. We'll get to that. And I'm seeing people in the chat doing the witch hunt. It's. I'm also seeing people in the chat who need to reel it in. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but I will clarify that Fanatics did not make that jersey. Fanatics doesn't make those. They make certain players, but they don't make Mackie Samoskevich. I know. I'm mad at Fanatics for that. What are you doing? But I'll say it was cool hockey, but like I'm not. Players fuck up, okay? And I was trying to figure out.
What do you
how
mean
much-
players fuck up?
You not heard that expression? It means like life happens. You mess
Oh,
up.
yeah, okay.
yeah.
I was like, that's not Mackie Samoskovich's fault. I would say if we were talking about Adam Fantilli, who chose the number 11 for his first season, do you remember why he chose the number 11 for his rookie year? It's one of the dumbest reasons for a number choice, like
I don't
ever.
know. I think it's a great reason.
But tell me.
It's because he was thinking that because his last name is Fantilli and there are so many vertical lines
Yes, he wanted more.
that he wanted more, so he chose the number 11.
That's great behavior. I think
It's-
it's one of the rare instances of a player being like, how is this going to look on the jersey that I'm wearing?
It's an interesting thought,
It is goofy, though.
but it's so stupid.
Okay. I tried to figure out like how could this look better, and the easiest thing is like the biggest reason for why is it like this. Well, it's that it's 2 straight lines, but also maybe they're too close together. So Sean, if you could throw up what it would look like if they were just spaced a little better. That I see, and I don't think Twin Towers. That's way better. And if someone makes a Twin Towers jokes off that, they are big time forcing it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That looks like a big ass pause button to me.
Does.
Yes, it also
It's the
doesn't
font.
look good, which
It's
is
the
very
font.
important.
Yeah, you just can't have 2 ones there.
And that's what brings me.
I think the problem is that his name is too long and
also-
the number is too narrow.
And then you got it like right. You got it sandwiched between like vertical lines too. So there's just a lot of lines going different directions.
So the idea of serif and sans serif came up, and that ultimately I think is the biggest issue. And my theory, which Pete shares, is that you can't have just straight sans serif numbers. And I looked around. Do any other teams have complete sans serif jerseys or numbering where if you were to get 11, it would be just 2 straight lines, spaced or otherwise? There's one team that I found that doesn't, but it's very close. It's like a little smidge of serif, just a teeny bit, and it's the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh, interesting.
They have a player who wears number 11, of course, Brock Nelson. Sean, could you show the Brock Nelson jersey? And the big difference there is it's not, there's a border.
Yeah.
The border and the serif make all the difference.
But there's still a serif, which tells me like if you just had even like a little teeny bit of serif,
there's like a little
this
wing.
problem goes away. Just a little wing, just a little.
It's like when you do your eyeliner, you get like a little like cattail thing. That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's called cattail. I think it's just called a wingtip.
Wingtip,
Yeah. But ultimately, I think that it's the serif issue more than it is the spacing issue. But both of those together, no good.
I kind of want the Samoskevich Twin Towers jersey now.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to get the, and again, to chat, like I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. My understanding, and a lot of this was pieced together from Reddit. So if it wasn't Cool Hockey, I apologize, but it wasn't Fanatics. It was whoever customizes if you get a custom jersey, I think off the NHL website. But
Mackie Samoskevich.
What's that?
Mackie Samoskevich.
Yeah.
There you go.
Serifs have been hot in the streets recently.
Yeah, Sean, I felt that the serif thing would be up your alley.
Yeah, I mean, serifs are having a big... serifs are big in politics right now.
Why?
Oh, the Times New Roman
The Times New
discussion.
Roman. The Trump administration is making a big deal about how the Biden administration wasted all these resources to modernize like a lot of the designs of stuff, and so they abandoned Times New Roman for a sans serif font, and now the Trump administration is being like, we need to change that back. We need to go back to tradition, and their response to the Biden administration wasting resources by switching fonts is to waste more resources to switch fonts back, apparently. But it is hot in the streets politically.
Yeah, sans serif is woke.
Yes, that was, I think, an exact quote from somebody.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Or I think
we're
I think the
fucked.
headline was that it like serifs have become like the center of the wokeism something along those lines. It's not something I expected to read yesterday, but again, serifs are hot.
What does that make Comic Sans?
That's sans serif.
So that's woke? Comic Sans would be woke? Yeah.
Yes. So, Comic Sans is like an anarchist. They don't they don't subscribe to your traditional political dichotomy or however you want to put it. They just are living outside the rules of the world.
I will always associate Comic Sans with Dan Gilbert. When LeBron left
Oh my God.
Cavaliers,
That was
Dan
the best.
Gilbert put out a statement that was like, fuck LeBron. Here's my address. Come see me. I'm not afraid of you. And it was in Comic Sans.
Writing
That's
a crash out note in Comic Sans
As a
is
billionaire?
unbelievable stuff.
As a billionaire, like
Yeah.
I kind of love that.
You can afford your own
on,
font.
on letterhead.
Yeah, he should have had a fuck LeBron font specially made because he could do that.
Chad is going cuckoo banana pants on font and serif names.
Yeah.
Adam Fontilli, Times New Roman Yossi. That's a really good one.
Nice.
Martin Helvetica. It's okay.
Macklin Calabri.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I just saw someone just campaigning for more papyrus jerseys. That'd be good.
Oh God. No.
Remember papyrus?
Papyrus sucks, brother.
Papyrus just makes you think
Papyrus?
Of
Avatar.
Oh, well, it makes me
yeah.
think of Ryan Gosling in the SNL skit about Papyrus.
Yeah, I think of it. I think of like my middle school ancient Egyptian history projects because
Ooh.
that's Papyrus's wheelhouse.
This is crossing sports, but someone said wing dingus pingus.
That's really good.
That's so
Love
good.
that. Eric Comrie Sands.
Really good. All right, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. It's the holiday season, best time of year for sports, bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It's all happening at once. And while you and I are out making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which games to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right, and that is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is good for sports fans and non-sports fans alike. We always say it's like the glass of wine that accompanies the meal that is a sporting event. If you're watching a game, whether you're rooting for a team or not, it's fun, not necessary, but it's fun to give yourself the little treat of, while I am watching, say, the Columbus Blue Jackets play, wouldn't hate if Adam Fantilli were to register a point, were to register a couple of shots on goal, or for Jet Greaves to make 100 saves. Would that be a demon or a goblin if you'd said 100?
I don't remember. I will say I was pretty redundant, or I really got a little crazy last night. I had wine and Prize Picks in the mix.
Oh,
damn, that cancels each other out. That means that you can't lose money or get drunk.
I proved that wrong, I think, twice last night.
both ways.
Prove
Both
that wrong
ways.
in spectacular fashion. PrizePicks puts all their users first, so withdrawals are fast and secure. PrizePicks accepts most major payment methods, making deposits into your account quick and easy this sports season. Join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code WhatChaos to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WhatChaos to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Let's talk to our dear friend Steve Peters from Inside the Coaches Room on YouTube. You can also see him across the nation, and I'm just talking about this great nation of the United States or Canada. He does things for the nation, be it Oilers Nation every day. You see him on all the shows. He's the best. Petey, how are you?
I'm doing really well, and I'm enjoying this conversation about jerseys, because I'm thinking inside a coach's room, what do you do if you're the New York Rangers and literally the coaching staff goes, this jersey is 0-5? Like, is it a thing inside the coach's room? And I believe that it would be. I believe, I've been there with coaches going, that's it. And they'll go to the equipment manager and go, we're not wearing it anymore. And I do think it's a thing. You guys just made it a thing. So it will be a thing, and it will be discussed with Mike Sullivan and the coaching staff. And what are they going to do about wearing jerseys?
Coaches are, and it's not just a superstition thing. It's that they lose their minds. They get so serious about this. Oh, someone pointed out the last time this happened, we won. Okay, this thing must happen again. Boston Bruins 2011, they were bringing peanut butter into Vancouver because Tim Thomas had a certain type of peanut butter before whatever game, and it was seized at customs, and they were trying to bring over pretzels because when they served pretzels to the media, they were 5-0. Like, and that's not just the Boston Bruins, because I thought it was crazy at the time, and they were like, oh, please, welcome to the NHL. So, yeah, I don't know if they're checking out this segment, but if anyone has pointed out you're 0-5 in these jerseys, the coaches are going to be like, thanks, they look good, fuck these things.
Done. Yeah, honestly, DJ, it is, like you said, it's everything. And the ones that always used to bother me was the morning skates. Oh, we did this. Like, morning skates drive me nuts as an employee or as a player to go to morning skate, go to the rink at 10 in the morning to skate. What the hell does that do? I never understood that. Well, we won last time. We did a morning skate. Well, dude, are the two things mutually exclusive? Used to drive me absolutely insane. And I knew that once we won that way, especially under Rick Tocchet, once you did something, if we left 2 days early to go to the East Coast, buddy, we're leaving 2 days early for the end of until his contract expires. That's what we're going to do. And sometimes it's like you said, it's just coaches are absolutely nuts and they think that's the key. So whatever it is, that's what they're going to do.
So this week, the former San Diego Chargers cornerback Quentin Jammer, I believe, tweeted that he was drunk for several games late in his career.
8 specifically.
And what's that?
8 specifically in the 2011 season.
8 in his final season. So if you're a team that's like, this thing, we won this game because we were wearing these hats on the plane and everything. We got to wear these hats. And then you find out like, oh no, you won that game because the other team was fucking drunk. Do you feel stupid, or are you like,
yeah,
let's get the opponents drunk more often?
Whatever it takes. And surprisingly, in hockey, you'd be surprised. But that was in the 80s. How many guys on the other side of your opponent was actually drunk? Quite a few of them. But that was a long time ago.
Back in the day, players were like, man, when I did cocaine the night before, we won. So
gotta do it.
I'm superstitious. I got to keep doing cocaine.
God forbid a white boy party every once in a while.
When I cheated on my wife, we won 3 games in a row. It's terrible, but I'm a team guy.
Michigan's back.
I got to do it. Whatever.
You say Michigan's back? Oh, my God.
Too soon.
Oh, boy. Petey, I wanted to talk to you about Quinn Hughes, because Quinn Hughes this week, and over the last couple of weeks, honestly, I feel like there's been momentum in that regard as to like the inevitability of him being shipped out of Vancouver. When you look at Quinn Hughes and the possibility of him being moved, what do you see as the best fit for Quinn Hughes, the player?
This is hard because there's so many things that make it a fit. Is it a hockey fit? And by hockey fit, I mean, who needs the left-handed puck-moving defenseman? Well, everybody. Everybody. There are very few teams in the National Hockey League that would not improve with having Quinn Hughes. Now, you look at some of the teams that already have that guy, like Colorado with Makar. It would be tough to divide the ice time between those two unless you paired them together, which would be amazing. But I think everybody wants this guy. Who does he fit the best with? What would I like to see? I'd like to see 3 teams that I know aren't going to happen. And I think it's because of the way they play and the way and their trajectory they are going in the league right now. And that's these young teams. It's Anaheim, San Jose, and Chicago. Those 3 teams to me right now, they don't have that superstar on the left side in defense. So he jumps right in. He's 26. So he fits into that age range with all 3 of these teams in the direction they're going. You put him on the power play with Bedard. You put him on the power play with Celebrini. You pull him on the power play with Leo Carlson. Honestly, immediately makes those 3 teams not just better today, tomorrow, but the next 5-6 years. I think it makes all 3 of those teams instant Stanley Cup contenders over the next 2 or 3 seasons. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Why? Because these teams are not ready for a Quinn Hughes. They'd have to give up the assets they are going to need to get over the hump. They're going to have to give away those assets to get Quinn Hughes to come there. So you have to look at teams that are more readily available to handle a player like that. And DJ and I were talking about the big teams: Edmonton, Toronto, Florida, Vegas, Colorado, Dallas, Tampa. All of them love to have him. Would be great to have. Can't fit them. They not one of those teams has a first-round draft pick, and most of them don't have a first-round draft pick for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Anaheim one and like whether. So, do you not consider Jackson Lacombe to be like one of those studs on the left side?
I do, and I think it is, but it's not Quinn Hughes.
Right.
It's not Quinn Hughes today. Like, you put those 2 together, and you talk about 2 or 3 years down the road. Now you're talking about a dominant franchise on the back end, and you've seen it with the teams that are playing well right now. Like, you need to be able to have depth defense that can do multiple jobs, and I do think that Anaheim is the one that's in Chicago too. Like, I know Rinzel got sent down, and Levchinov. They have some really good young defensemen. Vlasic back there in Chicago. But add Quinn Hughes to that, another defenseman under 26 years old that can play the pace game with Frank Nazar and Connor Bedard. Like, that is exactly the player they need. I just don't think any of those 3 teams can make that fit right now.
I also don't think that like Anaheim would be real. I don't see Vancouver wanting to trade within division.
In the division, and absolutely is a problem. You don't want to see him San Jose too. Do you want to see him for the next 10 years? Heck no. If you want to have a chance in this division. And the reality is he fits in, like, leaving Vancouver. Like, Vancouver thinks they were going one direction with JT Miller and Elias Pettersson. They were going a direction. And through management choices, it's a mess in Vancouver. They are nowhere near winning in Vancouver. And again, go look at their center icemen that are playing right now with Elias Pettersson injured right now and Phil Hedl injured. It's horrific. Like, it's really bad. This team is nowhere near winning, and they're not going to win before Quinn Hughes is ready to sign a contract. So you're right. He is going to go. When is the time frame for Vancouver to get the biggest haul back? Is it now? Is it this trade deadline? Is it this summer when teams really figure out who they are? Is it next year at the trade deadline when their back's against the wall and they have no choice? So I think there's going to be so many pieces to this on when it happens as to where it happens.
We're vibes guys, and I don't say this word. I know that it's kind of back. We say hunty instead. If the Chicago Blackhawks got Quinn Hughes, would they not be the most endearingly hunty team in the world with those 2? That would
RBF
rock.
Kings.
That would absolutely RBF Kings.
Yeah.
Resting
bitch face Kings.
Yes. That would be positively amazing. I'm going to disagree with you both on one thing, though. The whole don't trade him in division, don't trade him in conference thing. I'm so out on that, especially if you're trading somebody that impactful, because you need to get the best thing you can get. And if San Jose, say, is giving you Dickinson, Misa, and a first-round pick for Quinn Hughes, that sucks, and you're going to suck for a while. But, like, you know what a mess the Canucks are right now. You have to get those pieces. And if the best Detroit or New Jersey is offering is, well, you know what? We don't think you're going to trade him to somebody else, so we're not going to give you that crazy an offer. Like, we'll give you one of our guys, but we're not giving you a couple. Don't you have to do it?
For certain. And this is where Rutherford is with Vancouver. It is the best deal. Right? Honestly, it doesn't matter if it's your most bitter rival. He has to get the biggest deal and the best deal, because this is a trade that's unheard of in the National Hockey League. A player at this age who's locked up for right now, if you trade for him, you get 2 playoff runs as a rental. Like, that's insanity. So yes, it's coveted, and Vancouver can't miss. They've missed so much. They've done such a poor job in managing this roster. They cannot miss with the biggest asset available on the trade market, and possibly forever. Like, you can go way back to big trades like Gretzky. You talk about Tyler Hawley or Mikko Rantanen. They're not Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes is the second best defenseman in the National Hockey League over the last 5 years. So you better get a haul. And I do think that that's some of the apprehension right now when we have these discussions, that people are feeling it out. Like, what is that price going to be? Is it 2 firsts? Is it a first and a second? Vancouver says they need someone to play right now. So now you're looking to a 23 to a 25-year-old player that can play now. Well, if you're a team looking to win a Stanley Cup right now, those pieces are valuable and incredibly important in your role players down your lineup. So I don't think this is imminent, meaning I don't think this is in the next month or even before the Olympics, because I think it is a very complicated deal that is going to hurt somebody. The team that gets Quinn Hughes is going to hurt. Like, it's going to be a painful move. And are you ready to sacrifice the future? And every GM in the league will say yes. Every single one will mortgage the future and give every draft pick away for that chance to win a Stanley Cup. And that's why these teams are looking with, you look at no first round picks for this year, next year for Florida. Colorado has no first round pick, first, second, or third round picks. It's because you try to win. So I think this is a ways out, but whoever gets him, good grief, does he help you tomorrow?
Right now, it seems like there are 2 consensus leaders in the clubhouse in terms of the rumor mill. It's New Jersey because of the Hughes connection, and Detroit, who has just been thrown around a bunch over the past month or so. You personally, which team would interest you more in seeing Quinn Hughes in that jersey?
I think Quinn Hughes in the original Detroit original 6 is really interesting to me, because you got Mo Seider, 24-year-old kid that's coming up. You got a 26-year-old Hughes. The problem is, who are you going to give up? This team is young. They're fast. Their young players are playing fast, but they have that experience with Larkin and Kane that have guys that can help carry the load inside that locker room. I think that's the most interesting, and I think they're under the most pressure. I think the Yzer plan has to succeed now. I know they're first in the Atlantic. I still don't think this team finishes in the top 2 spots in the Atlantic. I think they may squeak into the playoffs this season, but you add Hughes to this lineup, this team, they're 8th in the power play right now. They're 23rd in points by defenseman in Detroit. And I think that addition makes them a powerhouse that can get the puck up the ice much quicker. They're dangerous off the rush already. Add Hughes to that. Their power play is 8th, even more dangerous. Now, this is a top 5 power play, top 3 power play in the league if you add him. So I think that's the when you talk about those 2, I think that's the best. We all want to see the movie ending. We all want to see him in New Jersey. Hughes, and Hughes. We all want the Hanson brothers are now in New Jersey. Yeah, that's what we want. I think that's the neat. That's the movie story ending. I just don't know if that's the hockey.
The Hughes are so far away from the Hanson brothers. I just had to interject and say that.
I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit.
3 brothers on the same team. But New Jersey, I don't know. DJ, in New Jersey, I think they play fast. I think if Jack can stay healthy, the Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes tandem, they're forever. Fantastic. So I do think that is another great fit. It's another team that sucks. They can't score. 25th in points by D. They're 9th on the power play. Again, automatically puts them top 3.
Do you think the Rick Tocchet relationship carries weight for Philadelphia?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I think he likes him. I think there's so much more to it. I think players have that comfortability that they get with a coach that you're going to like him. And I look at Connor Garland in Vancouver, who played with Rick Tocchet in Arizona. He had that comfortability. And really, that's what created Connor Garland in Vancouver, is his relationship with the coach. And now Connor Garland's invaluable in Vancouver. I don't think Quinn Hughes, one, as a superstar player like that, I think the coach is going to love Quinn Hughes wherever he goes. They're going to be Quinn Hughes' guy. I do think it puts Philadelphia in the conversation. I think they're a part of it. You've heard them as a 2nd tier or 3rd tier rumored team. And it is right now. It's New Jersey and Detroit. And they need to, like New Jersey with so many injuries, they need to make a move. They got to do something. And I think it is one of the teams that will be there in the end. But I don't think the coaches make that big of a difference other than their style of play.
I'll give you one more team in the Eastern Conference that wears those same colors. It's crazy that all the teams that want Quinn Hughes or to whom we say Quinn Hughes could be moved wear the same jerseys. What about the Hurricanes? Tulski always tries to go for the big fish, even if the big fish doesn't want to be there. And he tried for Evan Bouchard. Couldn't happen.
Wants every defenseman.
Then traded some, but not a lot, of his assets for K'Andre Miller. And I don't think that getting Miller should preclude you from saying, okay, we want to be in the Quinn Hughes business. Like, I don't know if they have the stuff to make it happen, but if they could, Carolina?
Yeah, it's interesting because I do like the defensive core in Carolina. I think that's what makes Carolina who they are. I do get concerned about a couple things with Carolina. They, to me, are similar to Utah in the West, that they both have an owner that wants to spend money and make a big splash, but players aren't so sure that that's the free. I know he's not a free agent, but that's not the destination for me if it's in Carolina or Utah. I think they need to prove themselves. The bigger issue in Carolina is how they play. And I know you might say, well, they play fast, they're very aggressive, and the D are uptight, and the D are always moving, and that's great for Quinn Hughes. I'm not so sure. I think this is a very difficult way to play, and I'm not sure with the size that Quinn Hughes has that he fits. I know Gostisbehere has been able to play there, but I don't know if that's going to wear a player like Quinn Hughes down over to 82 games. I'm not sure he fits in what Rod Brindamore is trying to do there. I know the defense get active offensively, but they aren't the driver. This is a team that's known for, hey, we're going to play really fast. This is our identity. Carolina's a team that just wears you down, and I don't know if Jack Hughes is a great fit for the system and style of play. Unfortunately, he'll lead the team in points as a defenseman, and he'll get his power play cookies, but I don't know if he drives their offense like he does in some of these teams where he can get the puck up quick to really, really quick, speedy forwards.
I did see Greg Wyshynski, our pal, throw out an interesting theory this week, which was like, what about Washington? Because Washington's trying to keep this window open with Ovechkin, and they do have like really, really nice young pieces that if Vancouver wanted guys who could play in the next year or two that were like pretty blue chip prospects. You got Ryan Leonard, you have Cole Hudson, and then like even if they didn't get a deal done for Quinn Hughes in terms of an extension, like they could just press the whole big old reset button once Ovechkin leaves, whether it's this year, next year, signs a 1-year deal after his current deal runs up. Like, it's an interesting theory. Seems a little bit far-fetched, but that's a team that I think with that theory could make sense a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like that if I were obviously Washington, but I'd also like if I were Vancouver, because I'd be like, give me those young guys, and then I want a first-round pick in like 3 years. Because you're either still going to be really good or you could be terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things when you talk about Washington. I do get concerned because of their current makeup. I do think this is a team that overshot their skis a year ago. I don't think they were quite ready to make this push. I think they're aging. Like Ovechkin's aging, Wilson's aging. They need this young talent. And I've seen Protas's name brought up in this. Like, Protas is a guy the Capitals are going to need. Connor McMichael, they need. Ryan Leonard, yeah, that's interesting. I think that if I'm Vancouver, those are the players I need. And I need them now. If I can get Protas and a Ryan Leonard out of Washington, I'm all in. Like, let's start talking, and I get a first-round pick. Yes. Now I've got a Chychrun Hughes, 2 left-hand shots that can drive the offense that are different. Like, Chychrun's going to do it with more power. He's going to blast that one-timer by you, where Quinn Hughes is going to walk the line and be more meaningful with his distribution of the puck. I think it's a good fit. I just think that the problem for the Washington Capitals is, to your point, if they lose those young players, now we're looking at reset because Ovechkin's gone. And I think you're looking at a team that may take a step backwards, even with a player like Hughes, because they don't have enough of those young players up front, because they don't have to trade them to get him. So I don't know if that's the best fit for where he may end up. I do think if you put him there tomorrow, yeah, this team now becomes a team in the East that's one to be reckoned with. I just don't think they can give up the pieces they already have.
Instead of looking ahead to a big trade, let's look back on a big trade. One from this past summer, one that we loved, one that hit like kind of close to home for some people on this podcast. The Peterka Doan Kesselring trade. Given what we've seen so far, it felt like Josh Doan was kind of like lightly a throw-in that deal.
He was a safe addition with a high floor and low ceiling. Is that a fair assessment, Petey?
Yeah, and I'm going to give a little bit of insight too. I think there was some inside the organization that formerly was the Arizona Coyotes that it was time to move on, and not from Josh Doan, but from the Doan name. I think Shane Doan's being involved with the organization in Arizona, and Doan being such a big figure in that community, I think that carried some weight as they moved into Utah. And I think that the management and ownership's like, okay, we're done. Let's get past the Doan era. Nice player. We like him. We see him as a bottom six. He's not, we don't need that player. We'll get that player in years to come. We need the flashy, young, high skilled JJ Paterka that can really help our offense right now because we have these young offensive guys. The mistake they made is that one thing I can say about Josh Doan and the way he plays the right way every time he goes over the boards. And I know it's those little details that you don't necessarily see. Stick on puck, defensive positioning, dumping the puck when you're supposed to dump the puck, physical enough that you can separate opponents from the puck, but having the offensive wherewithal to get to the front of the net and make an offensive difference. Josh Doan, and beyond that, inside the Buffalo locker room, you talk to guys in Buffalo, Josh Doan's been the glue already. As a young 23-year-old, he is well liked, and he's one of the reasons that locker room is starting to tighten up. Yeah, I think that's a big miss for Utah. I think Utah needs what Josh Doan brings right now. I think their bottom six is in desperate need of a player that can play responsible, help play in the defensive zone. And quietly, Josh Doan is not going to be the guy that leads your team. He's not. He's got 22 points now in 30 games. It's great. Really good. He's got 10 goals right now, looking at a 20-plus goal pace. But he's not going to be the guy that makes those highlight reel plays. He's going to be the guy that plays the right way for the next decade. Like, incredibly invaluable. And I still think Kesselring was the most valuable player in the deal, and he's only played 9 games. So Buffalo, say what you want to, Buffalo ended up on the better side of this trade. No matter how this one ends up from going on here, I really like what they've done with Doan.
I do think, and I like this about Armstrong, though. Armstrong's cool with losing a trade. I don't think he wants to lose trades, but I think the good GMs are good at are cool about losing trades in the right moment, where if we need this one thing, and let's say it's a wing who can score a bunch of goals, and we've got a surplus of this other thing, and let's say it's defensemen who are young, top 6 or top 4-ish guys, say, all right, we'll give up a little too much, but we solve a problem. That ultimately is a step forward because you can only play so many guys. And I think that even if they lose this trade, it might be one that maybe, yeah, it's kind of coping. They can look back on and be like, yeah, well, we knew that we were giving up a lot. I still don't think they knew, though, that they were giving up someone who could do what Doan's done so far. I don't think they expected this much this quick.
No, and when you look at how when he got called up, he was a guy that maybe was going to be a minor leaguer for the entire year, if not for injuries and getting an opportunity to play. He would still be in the American League that first year. And when he gets called up, he scores. He scores, consistently over those first 3, 4, 5 games, and ultimately stays in the National Hockey League. But I don't think Arizona saw him as that type of player. You're absolutely correct. As for Bill Armstrong, that's what, when you look at even Jim Rutherford or all of these GMs, you love your players. You fall in love with a player, and you sometimes lose the forest through the trees that go, okay, I've got Maverick Lamoureux coming. I've got Simashev coming. I've got all of these young defensemen coming that I think are going to be better than Kesselring. Even though I really like Kesselring, we got to get ready. We're not ready to win today. We're going to win tomorrow. I got to improve this asset because of assets that I think are better than him coming. And I think that's the same thing that goes for Doan. So say what you want about Bill Armstrong. You're right. I think it was a gutsy move and a gutsy trade for a need that he thought he needed for this season because they need to make the playoffs.
Nathan MacKinnon has been so dominant this year that for the first time in a long time, it feels like we're getting a lot of conversation about, hey, like maybe Connor McDavid isn't the best player in the NHL anymore, at least not at this given time. What have you seen from MacKinnon that's kind of elevated him to that level or that tier of elite player?
First, I had. It's not like I was the coach of the team. They played on the Team North America way back in the day. So you see both of them and their habits and how they prepare for practice and how they do things on the ice. McDavid's better. I just think McDavid's got this second sixth sense of hockey IQ that he just sees the game differently than MacKinnon. Having said that, what MacKinnon does is he plays with intensity, desire, compete that you just don't see in a guy with his skating ability, his playmaking ability, his speed, and his size. It is literally second to none. There's nobody that plays like MacKinnon. McDavid, I think, has the speed better hands, and has a deeper hockey IQ than McKinnon, but not that bull in a china shop. Like, I am going to do this by myself. I'm now mad and I'm going to go. I think his competitive spirit is what made him better this season, coupled with a player. And I know it was really hard for them to lose Rantanen, but NHTIH right now is a player that plays a style that fits McKinnon better because he plays that straight ahead speed role better than I think Rantanen did. Rantanen's a better all around player than NHTIH. I'm not saying that he is not, but NHTIH plays with this straight ahead speed more so than Rantanen did. And I think that's helping McKinnon. McKinnon's just better because he's fast, he's strong, and he is an angry guy. And I think at points, you've heard this too, how difficult he was to have as a teammate because he was angry. You screwed up in practice. That was a bad pass in practice, and I'm mad at you. Where most guys go, come on, buddy. It's practice. Like, who cares? And I do think that his inner drive, like, he's just got this chip, angry shoulder thing that I'm going to go and I'm going to compete. And that's what's separating him this year. It's phenomenal to watch, not just him, but this entire Colorado Avalanche hockey team.
I was talking to a college the other night, and a student had a question, and it was like, you do hockey stuff. If you had to start a franchise with one line, what would it be? And the professor clarified, he was like, wait, should this be like a line of any three players or a line that is currently playing together? And he said, a line that is currently playing together. And I said, okay, Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Savoy, obviously. And the kids started to make a face, and I was like, I'm kidding. Probably Lehkonen, McKinnon, Netchus. And the kid like was happy, and he was like, I'm an Avalanche fan, so I just wanted to hear something nice about the Avalanche. And I was like,
Sounds like an Avalanche fan.
Sounds like a fucking Avalanche fan. Then I yelled at the kid for a few minutes, but I'm like, how can you say something else right now? And ultimately, I agree with you where, like, if you had to pick a line that has McDavid versus a line that has any other three players, you're like, don't you want to have Connor McDavid? But McKinnon has made it closer than I ever thought it would be. And I, like, kind of jokingly made a little face when Pete was saying maybe there's an argument for McKinnon being the best player in the world. He has outperformed Connor McDavid at points, and
he has literally outperformed
like the
entire teams. I saw this stat last week that he had scored more, or was on the ice at 5-on-5 for more goals individually than at least one, close to two NHL teams this season, which is fucking bananas. But that's just how good that line and how good that player's been this season.
I need to acknowledge the chat is going crazy trying to figure out whether or not this is a live show. This is live. It is 12:51 p.m. in the United States and Canada.
No, this is Eastern. How good we can clock our chat. This is not live. We know that this is going on. We recorded this last night, and we knew that the chat would be doing this.
Right around 12:51, they were going to be like, tell me about if it's live, which isn't true because they've been doing it for like the last 9 minutes. This is live. That is Steve Peters. Wow. We're all here. We're all on this earth. We've even got Sean, and that's that. Sean saluted off camera. Go.
Yeah, but it's always live. The chaos is always live. That's why you bring the chaos. You don't get a mix. I'll do my speech. You do not get a mix of entertainment, current events, and hockey anywhere, literally on the globe, than you do right here at What Chaos. I'm telling you.
And we talk about the issues, according to Gary Bettman.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, see? We're your news and entertainment. This is the best line in hockey. I'll finish with that. Statistically, more goals from that threesome than any other threesome in the National League right now.
We got busted
for the one on Austin Matthews' sweater.
Yeah, what do you know about that sweater, Petey?
Oh yeah. The astronaut. Is not an astronaut? Is he an astronaut?
That's what many are asking. That's what many, including Pete, definitely not.
That threesome
Pete
may
by
have
himself.
scored more.
Everyone is clocking that as being an astronaut, and Pete's seen Interstellar more than I've seen it, so I have to go with Pete and assume it's an astronaut. What the fuck do I know?
I just did a quick numbers crunch. Nathan McKinnon has been on the ice for 42 goals this season.
All empty net, huh?
Yes. No, 42 goals at 5-on-5, and the Seattle Kraken have scored 42 goals at 5-on-5.
That's insanity. Season. That's absolutely insanity. And by the way, Christmas is coming for that sweater. I should fill in my wife.
It was on sale. There was a Friday of Color sale that had 25% off.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. This probably won't mean anything to you, but I'm glad that we're talking about goals and totals because I've been meaning to say it for a while. This will likely mean nothing to you, and it'll mean a little something to Pete. I am convinced that the numbers are wrong on Vasily Podkolzin goals because every time he scores a goal, they'll be like, and Podkolzin buries his second of the year. And I'm like, he scored 8 games in a row, he has more than this. Right now, he has 6 goals, and I think that he's like probably 3rd in the NHL in goals in real life. He scores more often
Is he
than that.
comeback player of the year? The most valuable? No, probably not.
2 years in a row. No, like last year, I think he scored 30.
I think if you're talking about a vibe of a player on a like attached to a team, like Vasily Podkolzin on the Oilers is comeback reputation of whatever year or whatever, because he was like almost out of the league when he was off Vancouver. And I got excited when the Oilers signed him. DJ was like, I don't know about this guy, or
traded
tell
for
me
him.
about
the Canucks gave him for a 4th round pick to Edmonton.
And I was like, you should be excited about this. And I'm just glad that Vasily Podkolzin is kind of getting some shine and producing, even if it's at a rate in which DJ is expecting conspiracy theory involved.
I'm going to give you some numbers that we all know.
Podkolzin numbers?
Yeah, that are wrong. Hockey DB, sponsored by Man in the Crease, says last season, in 82 games, Vasily Podkolzin scored 8 goals.
Really?
Nice try. He scored way more goals
There's
than that.
no way.
It said in the playoffs last year, he scored 3 goals. I know for a fact he scored at least 5. And it says this year he has 6.
Conspiracy?
Okay.
Conspiracy. I think this sounds like a film project. Like I will go back and watch 82 games from last season to see where these occurred and what happened. Like let's dig. If we're gonna dig deep, let's dig deep into the Podkolzin.
Fans,
What Chaos finds out.
Yes.
Why is the NHL trying to bury Vasily Podkolzin?
And,
For sure. You talked about the puck in the head. You talked about puck in the head in the crowd. You guys dove deep and you found out answers. This is the next step. Find out answers. That's what we do at the Chaos.
What nuts? Please submit players that you think are also getting shortchanged, or players that are getting too much love by the stat keepers. Because it famously, if you like, I used to cover baseball. There's a scorekeeper for the game, and they decide, was that an error? Was this a hit? Whatever. And you'd see some things from the game that you watch, and you'd be like, they didn't have 6 errors. What's this? I think this is going on with goals and assists. That is my theory. Let me look at the goal leaders and see if there's any who jump out to me as potentially the numbers being fudged.
And get
Jason Robertson, 19. I buy that.
Yeah, because he scored like 45 goals last week.
Are we buying Bo Horvat having 19 goals?
Yes, he keeps scoring.
Has
yes,
he?
no,
Oh,
I'm a
was
Bo
gonna say
Horvat respecter, and he's been scoring a ton.
My favorite goal total, I think, so far, by the way, is Tyler Bertuzzi.
What's he
16
get?
goals
Damn.
this season. So
Scored
Tyler
last night.
Yeah, he
going
did.
the hell off.
Go to the blue. Go to the blue paint when Bedard's on the ice. That'll work.
Tyler Bertuzzi could be the new Zach Hyman.
Yeah, just go
Just
there.
like he could have like
Just
a
skate there.
50 goal
Fuck him down
season because Connor Bedard is so fucking good, and he just
there. Within
buries.
3 feet of the net.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, well, we're on to you, big hockey numbers.
Yeah, I'm on it. Podkolzin.
Petey, thank you. I know that you will make the best video ever saying, how many goals does Vasily Podkolzin have? Question mark.
You know what? For you guys, what is it right now? Wednesday afternoon, or is it Thursday? It's Thursday. Jeez. By tomorrow, end of day, let's break down every one of Podkolzin's goals this season. Let's see the secret sauce of Vasily Podkolzin.
Someone in the chat says that we need to start auditing players. Absolutely.
Yes.
Love
that.
Yes.
Please,
Yep.
please submit.
And
Someone said Kiefer Sherwood hits. We should watch all of his shifts, see if he has that many. I would believe it.
Count them. Yep,
All right.
count it up.
Petey,
Okay.
everyone can get your stuff on Inside the Coach's Room on YouTube. They can also find you on the socials, yes?
Yeah, just look for me, S. Peters Hockey on X, and I'll tell you where to go from there.
You're our 4th member, man. Whether you like it or not, we love you.
Love it. Love it, guys. Love being on the Chaos. Favorite show out there. I tell you that every time, DJ Bean.
We try.
Love
Thank
you, buddy.
Steve Peters. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Later.
Bye, Petey. It's holiday season. Petey famously got us Christmas gifts last year, and
He did,
or
yeah.
holiday gifts, I should say.
He got us socks.
You got us socks. Oh, you got your Tage socks?
So
It looks more like Josh Doan at this point, honestly.
It's very Kip forward gift.
That's a heated rivalry crossover.
Yes, it's a very Kip forward
Yeah,
gift to get your guys some socks.
That's right.
All right, Petey rocks. We have some jersey updates in that we think we're getting some new jerseys. We know that we're getting one, and that's from and that's in the form of a jersey I'm not crazy about, but we also might be getting potentially today, potentially tonight, potentially tomorrow. The Bruins made this post with David Pastrnak wearing a really nice outfit. And he's got stickers, he's got a briefcase, he's got the safari hat, he's got the sunglasses on. It is very, very Tampa Stadium Series forward. We think this is the way that they are leaking. Here come the leak jerseys.
Yeah,
The jerseys that look like leak.
This honestly, though, feels like the Bruins forgot that they were supposed to post a teaser for the jersey, and they took an unintentionally shitty photo.
I mean, yeah, the one on the left is done by, what are our names? Sebastian and Pierre?
Yes.
Sebastian and Pierre took that.
Yes.
If you don't know, look up our jersey launch video we did with the Kings, in which we were bad photographers who took bad pictures, because that's actually what that looks like.
Yeah, it's a real tough look.
Well, will it be a tough look tonight or tomorrow or whenever when we see these jerseys? We talked a little bit at the beginning of the show. What are we expecting? There's some expectation it could be piss. I said I've heard stuff about the shoulder patch being something that's better than what's on the crest, which really hurts my feelings. But maybe to each their own. We all have different thoughts. Maybe we'll see what's on the crest and say, that's a good one.
Yeah, I've heard piss. I've heard that that it is bad and busy. But bad though is just completely attached to taste.
Yeah, I was
In
gonna say I
Stadium
don't trust
Series,
exactly.
you want something that people will call bad.
I was gonna say I don't
You want
well,
something a little dangerous.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think it's stadium. The point of Stadium Series jerseys are that they're a swing, not as much, maybe not as much of a swing as I would like at times, but like, yeah, they're not Winter Classic jerseys. Like they're gonna make some people unhappy.
And I think that an important thing about the Stadium Series in particular is that I guess like outdoor games in particular, is that it really does matter who you're playing against and what they look like as well. Because like when you talk about the jersey matchups for outdoor events, they're always considered in tandem.
Yeah.
And so like that, I hope that the Bruins and Lightning get a little crazy, because we know that the Lightning can get fucking bananas.
I need lightning bolts on the sleeves, baby.
We
Bring
have
back
a
that
leak.
reverse retro.
I just sent
we have
you
a
a
leak?
leak, Sean.
Oh, is it piss?
Is this a serious leak?
It's let's see, it's from Jersey Nerds.
Oh my God.
And folks, this is not good.
Oh my God! If this is if this is
Jesus
an indication
fucking Christ.
of the theme here,
Lord.
I take back entirely what I just said about that the jerseys need to work in tandem. Because if this is the Lightning jersey, I need as much lighter fluid as I can find to burn the hell out of these.
I mean, if this is real, we are officially, I would say, in Team Canada territory, where Bruins jersey is going to look great on the ice.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Is happening here.
Oh my God!
Un momento.
Please throw these up, because there's just no way that this can be real, right?
I will laugh/cry myself
Please.
to sleep. They're seeing it now.
This is the worst jersey. I would feel confident in saying that this is the worst jersey that has hit the NHL circuit in a decade.
In a very long time. This jersey would rock in the inaugural season of a PWHL Tampa Bay team. That'd be an awesome like placeholder jersey. That's a downright terrible.
Let me describe
hockey.
it for folks who are listening on audio. Make sure you're subscribed everywhere you can be. And if you're watching this live on YouTube, because it is live, please press the like button. A little like spike there goes a long way for us. Thank you very much. It is a royal blue base. It has baby blue, powder blue, whatever you want to call it, stripes, one on each arm, one at the bottom, and then there's a white stroke around that. There is a baby blue or powder blue collar. That's fine, whatever. But the hallmark of this jersey is it's got the Tampa Bay Lightning font with 3 big TBL going down a la Rangers Stadium Series style. It's a blurry picture, but quite frankly, I wish it were blurrier. So I could assume there are other good things going on. It's just big, boring.
Big, boring, stupid. This is, I said the worst jersey in the last 10 years. This might be the worst jersey to ever hit the NHL. This jersey fucking stinks, brother.
I mean, it's not like a.
No,
I don't think it's the worst
I don't like
jersey
what you're
of all
about to
time. I don't
say.
think it's the worst jersey of all time.
Watch your mouth,
It's not a
Sean.
good jersey, but like it's not. It's offensive in how bad it is, but it's not like they didn't take swings that missed.
Opportunity cost, though. This is the time
Yeah,
to
I agree.
stand out.
I agree. Like they played it safe in a way that was not safe at all.
No one's going to look at this and be like, oh, it's a classic look. It's understated. You're doing a fucking classic understated look at the fucking costume party? What are you doing?
Yeah, they felt an earthquake coming, and they ran out instead of like getting under a bed where you're supposed to. They ran outside, which they thought it was safe. Not at all.
Okay, I am efforting. Someone in the chat says that the Lightning put out a
I'm
teaser
looking at
video.
it right now. It is that jersey's fucking real, brother.
That lines up with it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That
Let me
jersey
see.
is real, and like there's a little bit more
Yep.
detail to
Oh,
it.
yeah, there's
where
lightning bolts in the letters, which
Okay.
doesn't save it.
Doesn't save it? Like
Does not
no
save it.
potential
Like-
of saving it?
No potential of saving it because it's just going to look like that if you're more than 2 feet away.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about Stadium Series jerseys too, is that like they're being played in football/baseball stadiums. The feature, like the details on them need to be big.
Right.
Like the numbers need to be big. That's why the Cannon jersey I think was so perfect. Is that it like you see behind? I guess you can't really see it behind people. Like it's got a crest and it's massive. The numbers, like the striping, is all big and you can see it from 100 yards away. Like that's what it should be.
you're talking about the Blues one.
The Blue Jackets.
I do like the lightning
Blue
bolts.
Jackets nailed theirs.
Yeah, I agree. That's and not even if you don't like the design of it specifically, like they do what you're supposed to do. The big numbers, the big details, like that's what you need. You can't have small, tiny details on a Stadium Series jersey.
I do like the lightning bolts inside the lettering, but it can't be TBL. That's so fucking stupid.
I think that this is a bad jersey. I don't think it's the worst jersey, but mainly my anger is, as I said, the opportunity cost.
Yeah.
That in putting this jersey out, you are not putting out a crazy jersey.
You know what would
And you're the
honestly
home
be,
team.
You know what would be way cooler is if they put the front of they put big numbers on the front of the jersey and had the lightning bolt go through the numbers like a football jersey because they're playing at the Buccaneers stadium.
that would
That you
fucking
could've-
That would be way cooler.
just fucking do what the Kings did, where they did no lead up to their jersey. Do no crest.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Don't have if you're going to have a fucking lame ass centerpiece, make the thing that you don't have a centerpiece.
Right.
Make it the numbers. It's about the number on the front and on the back.
yeah, I think that would be way cooler, and that would be a way bigger swing.
Sean, are you playing this right
Yeah,
now?
I can see
This
it.
is live. Sean is
Ooh.
playing the teaser video.
Now,
from-
what's going on with these? I'm guessing socks.
So no.
Oh wait. So
yeah.
can you hit pause there? Go back.
No, so that looks like it's probably the striping on the sleeves.
oh really?
or-
I thought those might be the
Could be the
Oh,
sauce.
or maybe that could be something on the shoulder patch. But you do have some feint. It's in the details, so we'll need a jersey explainer to tell us what this is.
I can tell you what it is.
What?
It's definitely Gasparilla themed.
Oh, like pirate.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
The numbers, I feel like the back of this jersey is going to look sick. Because if the numbers look like this,
Right.
like that will rock. The front is just so disappointing.
Now, famously, the Lightning have embraced a hurricane and storm theme on jerseys before, such as their original third jerseys, which were amazing. What if they did no rain? What if they kind of inverted it and made it like the powder blue type thing with the Lightning on it throughout, so it's not just a plain base? That would look so much cooler.
Yes, I'm fucking with the vision. I
Yeah.
think the only problem with doing a powder blue, and if they were to invert those colors, you look like the Jets' third jersey, or like that powder blue jersey that they had. I think it looks a lot like that. But I don't know. Maybe it'll look really good on the ice.
Yes, there's
Maybe.
playability and how it plays and how it looks.
But
It makes me very scared about what we're going to get for the
wearability
Bruins.
is on the floor. What if it's just this BOS?
I will pretend it doesn't exist. I might boycott the entire fucking game.
Wearability is like, maybe I'll get it as like a smock or something. Maybe I'll get like a double XL.
Like an art shirt, like in elementary school.
Yeah.
Throw it on, get it a little
What
dirty.
player am I getting when I spend $250 on this art shirt?
I want
God, that is
Oh, man, I don't
that
even
is a
know.
stunningly bad
you
jersey.
need you cannot get it. If you were to get that jersey, you can't
Tampa
get
one?
it. You have to get not a bad player. I don't want to go that far. You can't get a star. You can't get a Vasilevsky or a Hedman.
You can't get a Hedman.
It's the jersey sucks when the discussion becomes you can't get a good player because it'll be too insulting to them to put their name and number on it.
You're reading between the lines. I didn't say that.
Well, I believe we will have a Bruins Stadium Series jersey soon. I don't mean like not that like it'll be released. I believe we as in I think Pete's getting one. I can't confirm nor deny, but I think that Pete's getting one.
I feel like people once they release these Lightning jerseys, they need to get them in the hands of as many people as possible. Because the only thing that's going to redeem it
nobody's going to buy them.
Well, that. But the only thing that can redeem it is people getting up close to it and seeing details that they like. Because clearly, from a slightly zoomed out perspective, it's a bad jersey.
Okay, what does the out of 10? I mean, let's give these 1 to 10. What do you score these Lightning jerseys?
4.
It's no higher than a 1.5.
I can't.
I'm going to. I'm not just saying this to piss you off. I'm going like no, I can't go at 2. I'll go at 1.8.
Okay, why would that piss me off? It would have pissed me off.
I was going to say,
higher.
because like right after you said it's no higher than a 1.5, and I was
actually,
like, it's
a
a 2.
1.6.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying for me, it's because you have
Yeah.
bad taste in jerseys. So if you were like, this is a 6, I'd be like, all right, fucking bullshit, but I get it.
I can't, especially if that Lightning is more noticeable because I'm assuming it's also going to be in the sleeve piping or like the thick blue stripes on the sleeve and the bottom. I don't know. I think there's a chance that when you see this in person, it can be a little better than we look at it right now. But so I think it's a little better than a 1 point something. Because it's not like it doesn't offend me in the sense that it's like
when the
did
chest,
bad
when the
things.
centerpiece of the jersey is that bad and uninspiring, the ceiling is like a 2.
I think ceiling's a 4. Like I said, I think it's a 4. I think there's a chance it redeems itself slightly, but it's still going to be a bad jersey. Who knows though? Not exactly hopeful about the Bruins jersey. Like maybe this ends up being the good jersey.
So
we haven't mentioned though that if we get a piss jersey, we are getting a color on color matchup. With blue and
Which you got to.
Yeah.
Like you have to, I feel.
and like that'll be fun in terms of just like the contrast.
Yeah.
But I need the Bruins jersey to be much better on the centerpiece there. And from
Ours
what I heard,
before.
it was busy. Would you describe that as busy? Like if the Bruins followed that formula, would that be considered busy? I would consider
We've
it
literally
the
called it a
opposite.
sleep shirt, so no, Pete, I
mean-
don't think it's too busy.
Again, I think it depends on how clear those lightning bolts are when you actually see them. Because if they're like really distinct, then I think it becomes a little busier and a little more interesting.
Ooh, Taylor in the chat says blue versus yellow, huge for dogs.
What's that about?
I think those are the color. Aren't those or do dogs see red?
No, they see blue because that's what Bluey is. I don't know if you knew that. Bluey is
Oh.
purposefully like colored in ways that dogs can see.
Big day for blue and yellow.
Yeah, well,
Go Michigan.
it's blue and yellow is that's blue and maize, right?
Blue and maize, that's true.
They're very
Yeah.
particular
Navy
about
and
that.
maize?
Okay, so we decided that the Lightning jersey is 1.5, 2, 1.8. What'd you say, Sean? 4?
I said 4.
Pete's getting a jersey no matter what, whether he has to buy it, whether someone gives it to him. That's just Pete. That's his brand. He's a Bruins guy. There have been a few moments this season where I've thought I might get a Boston Bruins jersey, and mostly it's been I want a Nikita Zadorov jersey with an A. But I've also had quite a few moments of
Wait until
I
it's
might need
C.
a Victor Arvidsson jersey.
Oh,
What is the threshold for this jersey that should require me to get a Nikita Zadorov or Victor Arvidsson jersey?
In
Like
terms
out
of,
of 10.
out of
like to say, I mean,
I think
if you're gonna get a Victor Arvidsson one, I would say like this would be the jersey to get for Victor Arvidsson because it would
Yeah.
be the biggest moment in time.
I think
jersey.
it's like
Maybe
it's what's the term?
unicorn.
No, it's like I think as the worse the jersey is, the more you need to buy a Victor Arvidsson jersey. Like if it's
Novelty?
a 10 out of 10 jersey, you can't waste that. Respectfully,
Yeah.
you got to go in on that one. But if you need like a real moment in time Arvidsson jersey, which rocks if it's a bad one.
I think that we were really sold on the idea of unicorn jerseys last year during our trip to Edmonton.
By our guy who duffed it bad.
Yeah.
Blew it so bad.
Yeah, got a Kasperi Kapanen jersey, assuming that he would be a unicorn player. Which, if you're unfamiliar with the term unicorn player, it's a guy who spends 1 year with a team and
Or
then
unicorn
moves on.
jersey.
Huh?
Like unicorn jersey, right?
That's what I said, right?
No, you
said
said
unicorn
unicorn
player.
player.
Oh, yeah, unicorn jersey. It's a jersey of a player who spent 1 year on that team. Like your James Van Riemsdyk Centennial jersey is an incredible unicorn jersey.
And that was not my intention.
Right.
I was hoping,
But-
a 1 year trial, see how it works out, and then he gets the big money.
I'm also like not convinced at this point that Victor Arvidsson will be a unicorn jersey for the Bruins because he's been like really good for that team and seems like he's kind of a spiritual guy. I hope that
He's a leader.
this sounds mean. It's going to sound like I don't like Victor Arvidsson. I do like Victor Arvidsson, and I'm surprised by how much I like Victor Arvidsson this season. But like the Bruins got to really evaluate with 100% honesty with themselves at where they are right now, and I hope that they do sell.
Core player.
But I think that Victor Arvidsson would be an awesome unicorn jersey for the Stadium Series.
Yeah.
We haven't decided fully. We hope to go to the Stadium Series.
I think I'm going to be there no matter what.
If we go to the Stadium Series and we go as fans, I think that I would want a jersey for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And Arvidsson, as a player who, if you don't know this, for years I've not cared about Victor Arvidsson. And then the Oilers signed Victor Arvidsson, and I still didn't really care about him. And then the Oilers didn't like Victor Arvidsson, and they traded him to the Bruins. And for some reason now, I 2% care about Victor Arvidsson. So I must invest.
Friend of the show, Jeff Israel, has weighed in on Twitter about these jerseys. He quote tweeted the picture with, "Love these, TBH."
Evan Sporer
of the Tampa Bay Lightning
jerseys.
ones?
Yes.
Evan Sporer took a break from hanging out with his best friend to text us that he likes these jerseys as well.
I mean, I am obviously higher on them than you guys are. It's just like, I think, yeah.
Are you
The more
gonna
I
be
look at
joking though?
them-
Because he's got some wit, so maybe he like locks in that kind of
Fair.
text to us.
But like the TBL could have been redeemed if they did something more interesting on like the sleeves or the bottom, like the lightning bolt reverse retro jerseys they had a few years ago. Like if they had done anything, but to do the TBL and then have the most basic possible striping is so disappointing.
Yes. Now, another jersey that we could be getting, or we are getting, on Friday, the Chicago Steelheads will have their 3rd annual Taylor Swift promotional game type thing. They sent out a picture of their jerseys for them. Here they are. It's 2 players. They say the life of a Steel player.
I don't even think there. Oh, yeah, there is an A.
Yeah.
A la the life of a showgirl thing. And
Horrible.
I'm just speaking in facts. This whole thing is the fucking worst.
This thing sucks ass, brother.
Great stonks up for the Lightning jerseys. Not the worst jersey we've
Well,
seen on
no,
we've seen
what-
a Bin Laden jersey, and we've seen a boring Stadium Series jersey, and this is the worst jersey we've seen on this show.
But at least they did something. Like the show, I don't know what you
They
want to
did
call
so,
it.
they
Like the
fucking jumped on
showgirl-
the Taylor Swift thing.
No, but
how brave.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the design of the jersey. Like the showgirl, I don't know what
I
the
mean,
beading
you
on
can
the
say
bottom.
the Lightning did something with the actual lightning sublimated in the lettering and
Yeah,
the
well,
numbers.
all I'm getting at is like if you took away the life of a Steel player part and there was a crest there or something, they didn't have a lot of control over this, I'm
took
sure.
away
because,
the life of a Steel player, they would need to call someone up.
yeah, I guess that's true.
And they would probably be
But-
facing allegations
Yes.
The
of
design-
improper conduct.
They'd have some questions
Yes,
for you, Sean.
that is
Why
true.
did you take away
But the design
life?
of this jersey is interesting outside of what is on the front of it. Like I like the beading and like the colors of it, all of it, outside of the life of a Steel player, which is really bad. But that's, I think, a product of how bad the album design is.
F.
It's big F.
I mean, it's not good, but it's also a minor league.
Yeah.
Like they're probably going to donate. They're probably going to auction off these jerseys and donate them. So whatever. There's no excuse. There's an excuse for this. There's no excuse for Tampa.
I mean, there is an excuse for. There's no excuse for this because nobody made them do this. Somebody made the Lightning design a jersey for the Stadium Series game.
I feel like the success of the 3 prior Taylor Swift nights probably made them do this because this is not the first time they did an Arrows night last year, and I think they said this is their 3rd or 4th annual.
Yeah, they made a choice to do it again based off the success of the previous ones.
Okay, but
and
if
then they
they-
flopped big time.
If they had started around the what was it the Redemption? What's that one album that she was mad at?
Reputation?
Reputation. Like if they had done it around there's some stuff you probably could have worked with there.
Oh, yeah.
like that. They probably had a good jersey at that time. And I don't remember if it was them. I remember seeing a team do an Eras jersey, and it was like not good, but again, it was based off the cover, so. I don't think they knew what bed they were making when they made the bed, and now they are forced to lay in it.
Bad. Very,
Bad.
very bad.
Real bad.
Maybe some good will come in the form of the slate. Sean, what do we got on a Thursday night? Thursdays are busy. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Usually those are the big ones. What's that?
13 games.
I just think a sentence on the front of your jersey is ass.
Yeah, that's
Sabrina
the way.
Sandy, best take of the day.
They could have if they had just done a
Speak your
a
truth.
picture of Taylor Swift's face on the front of that jersey. It's a significantly better jersey because
Yes.
the rest of it's not bad.
Yeah, you can't have a sentence. Can't even have a phrase.
Sharks at Maple Leafs in a Patrick Marleau Bowl. In a
Hate the Sharks starting
Joe Thornton
like kicking
Bowl.
us off. hate the Sharks being there early.
I love the Sharks. I fucking love the Sharks as much as they hate players who are over 5 years old. I don't want to see them in the 7 o'clock
It's
hour.
like being drunk during the day. It's like
What do you got? What's wrong with that, Sean?
nothing inherently, but like I don't know. I think I'd rather do it when it's dark out.
It's kind of like seeing a raccoon during
Yeah,
daylight.
it's like that thing's got rabies.
Yeah. It's like there's something wrong there.
wrong
Something is
there.
amiss. Yeah.
And also, like, you don't want to. I don't want to find out what comes from being drunk in the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
God
it's like
damn
because
it.
then you,
That's
because
like
the worst part about getting drunk in the day is you sober up at night. Like
Yeah.
you're still awake afterwards.
You send some texts at 4 p.m. that when you get a response to at 6 p.m., you have to be like, oh, wow.
Yeah, disgusting. Yes.
Tampa Bay Lightning at the New Jersey Devils at 7 p.m. You got the Ducks at the Islanders at 7 p.m. You got on ESPN the Golden Knights at the Philadelphia Flyers in a Carter Hart Bowl.
no, well, Carter Hart not playing tonight.
Carter Hart not playing?
According to Coach Cassidy, who's a big fat liar, he says it's just because they want to get Akira Schmid back into the lineup.
Sure, pal.
Sure, pal. That's what Wish quote tweeted that announcement with. I'm sure that's the reason.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for this year, taking that show on the road is always going to be ugly.
Yeah.
But in Philadelphia, where like a fan base that already was like, this guy's starting to suck, and then they find that out. The Canadians will visit the Penguins at 7 p.m. Eastern in a future Sidney Crosby Bowl.
Relax. I was thinking about that over the weekend, I think. But Sidney Crosby trade talk got real quiet.
Real quiet.
Pittsburgh fans are up.
And you know what? Good for them, and
Yeah.
I'm happy for
No,
them.
they
I
rode-
don't miss the Sidney Crosby talk whatsoever
No,
because we just circled around the same fucking boat
Yeah.
for like 3 straight years, and it was sad as fuck. And I'm so glad that Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins are having a good time.
I don't miss Sidney Crosby talk. What I miss is saying, you sure about that? The
Yeah.
Penguins fans, when they say he's never getting traded.
Yes.
Like, okay, you seem confident in that. I guess we'll have to find out. I like doing that.
Yeah.
Hurricanes at the Capitals at 7 p.m. Eastern. You got the Senators at the Blue Jackets at 7 p.m. Eastern. The Blue Jackets at the Predators at 8 p.m. The Stars take on the Wild at 8 p.m.
Oh, the Blues at the Predators.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Blues. Sorry, I'm squinting. It's also on the
said-
rundown, so I'll just look at
You
that.
said Blue Jackets and then you said Blues, so it's an understandable mistake.
Oh, weird. Okay. You got the Stars at the Wild at 8 p.m. Eastern. The Bruins take on the Winnipeg Jets at 8 p.m. Eastern in the United States and Canada. The Red Wings at the Oilers, 9 p.m. That's going to be a good-looking game.
That's going to be a good game, I think. I mean, that's probably a lie. Like, I think it's going to be a fun game, I'll say.
Well,
it may not be a good game.
You said
but
Detroit, Edmonton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida Panthers at the Colorado Avalanche at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Are we allowed to call this a potential Stanley Cup final preview?
The Florida Panthers?
Exactly. Are we allowed to do that? Because part of you can think Panthers are just going to figure it out and they're going to get like 9 guys and they're going to end up in the Cup final again anyway.
I had that thought. The ESPN put out or the NHL put out a graphic promoting this game tonight, and they were like, the best team in hockey versus the back-to-backs defending Stanley
Yeah.
Cup. And I'm like, okay.
I feel like
we all know what's happening.
I
there.
feel like a couple weeks ago when the Panthers and Oilers played, everyone was like nobody cared. It was like
nobody cares about the Panthers right
It
now.
was the least excited anyone's been for a matchup of the teams that have faced each other in back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. Like I feel like people were like, these teams are kind of over right now.
I will say the Panthers, after like one day after I said the Panthers don't interest me this year, like I think they played the best game last night.
Bob was going crazy.
Bob went crazy. I think that Panthers Mammoth game was a lot of fun.
I fuck with this tuck big time, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's
brother.
not
my
often I'm
God.
getting up for a Vancouver Canucks game in the year of our Lord 2025. Sabres, the red hot Sabres, just kicking ass on the road, winning not even in regulation, but in
This
overtime.
is the night, baby. This is the fucking night.
At Vancouver.
Win in
Oh.
regulation. Win in regulation on the road.
You would think that's exactly why. Like I think there's a lot of
probably gonna
value on the
lose.
Vancouver Canucks
Oh,
tonight.
yeah. No. If it should, it won't with the Buffalo Sabres. Positive or negative. If they should lose, they won't. But I mean, this is maybe the best opportunity they have on this long Western road trip to win in regulation on the road.
We haven't had an A in a while, and I know that I would be forcing it if I called this an A, but I like this slate.
I don't think you're forcing it.
Really?
I think you're
Pete,
kind
you
of
think I'd be forcing
I
it?
think you're kind of forcing it, but
It's
based
13 games.
relative to what we've been given over the last month or so, this is as close to an A, I think, as we've had.
Yeah.
Well, I'm my own person. I will not let your thoughts influence the grade, but I do want to ask, Pete, you think I shouldn't? You think it should not be an A?
I think if you should respect the sanctity of an A.
Okay, well, I am independently. I just let Pete speak to be nice. I'll give this an A minus. I'm thinking an A minus on this one. My words to God's lips.
On Sports Interaction, the Vancouver Canucks are not home dogs. Well, they are, but not plus money.
You know who's home dogs this weekend?
Who?
The New England Patriots.
Oh,
Go Bills.
all right. Let's look at this. Brought to you by Sports Interaction and Sports Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet on the action on every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook. Sports Interaction, Ontario only, 19 plus. Please play responsibly. We have a game that we do want to talk about, but also kind of now I want to talk about the Sabres and the Canucks. What is going on there?
Thatcher Demko's back. Welcome back, Thatcher Demko. Shutout incoming. I mean, that would be the funniest possible outcome. Thatcher Demko shutout in his return, and it would just so line up with what we know about the Buffalo Sabres, where they escape looking like full assholes in Edmonton, maybe a little bit galvanized by the fact that they were able to pull out the extra point there, and then immediately throw it away by turning in a dog shit performance against the league's worst team.
Somebody did ask in the chat, what is the cheapest entry for these games?
Yes.
There's two, and I want you to guess. You had me guess last time.
Yeah, can you throw up the slate again for me, Sean? I do want to check and have eyes on what might be the cheapest get-in price from tonight's slate.
St. Louis at Nashville has to be.
St. Louis at Nashville, I think, would be for sure up there.
That's
St.
like
Louis and Nashville.
I still think Vancouver is like psychotic enough that
Yeah, exactly.
that's going to be.
St. Louis and Nashville
Plus,
is
you gotta
not
get your-
bottom three.
You got to see
St. Louis and
Whoa.
Nashville is not bottom three.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean,
21 get in. There's a game that's
Columbus Blue Jackets at Ottawa Senators.
Columbus Blue Jackets at Ottawa, or Ottawa Senators at Columbus Blue Jackets
Correct, yeah.
is tied for the cheapest get in
Okay.
at $14. There's one more. And
I
I'll
mean,
say this is a better game than a $14 get in. So get your shit together.
I mean, when we did it the other day, was it New Jersey that was like, was it like New Jersey, Ottawa, or something like that?
yeah, but it was in Ottawa because Ottawa is a billion miles away from anywhere of relevance.
That's not true.
I mean,
No, the arena is a
their
billion
arena.
miles away from
Oh,
Ottawa.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, are Islanders fans going to games yet?
I mean,
Are
they're
they
crazy.
still-
Yeah,
Yeah,
Islanders are
fun this year.
Islanders
I
are a little
agree.
more up. They're
But
Philly, Vegas, Philly.
no, because Carter Hart, I feel like before
He's
the
not playing.
announcement, but I know before the announcement, I feel like people wanted to be there for that, especially Philly fans.
it's the Lightning at the Devils.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wow.
is indeed.
I guess-
$14.
I feel like the Devils kind of. I feel like there's a lot of people that don't know Devils puck, and they saw Hughes get hurt, and they're like, "Well, that team sucks now."
Well, I mean, they do suck now.
Well,
And Heischer is also not with the team. He's tending to a family matter, which gets us to our sports interaction point. I like the play on that game because I like the total. Jacob Markstrom has been real bad recently. In his last 4 starts, he's given up 3 or more goals. And obviously, Devils are without their best defensive forward now with Nico Hischier out of the lineup. And like Tampa games can be pretty low scoring, pretty uneventful. But I don't know. You got Jonas Johansson in net, like Vasilevsky's out of the net as well. This could be a solid over, and I like the fact that it's an even 6.
yeah, I love an even around.
Oh, it's
total.
Timo Meyer, not Nischer. That's right. Sorry.
Pete hit yesterday, so
Yeah, so I was bound to fuck up.
you must know.
Timo
you
Meyer,
must tail.
apologies.
You must tail.
Yes, that's
You
right.
don't have to do anything you don't want to do, but if you do, every game is your game when you
Damn
bet
it.
with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only, 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Everybody, make sure that you
Hand
yes.
up. That one's on me.
Oh, that's-
Hand up. That's on me.
Chat is not letting Pete.
Yeah,
off
that's
slightly.
it's a bad miss. I'm
Respectfully, do you know
apologies.
how often all three of us say something that is incorrect on this show?
I believe relatively.
That's a
frequently.
big one, though. I'm like a big Nico Hischier guy, and for some reason, I got it in my head that it was Hischier that left the team, but it's Timo Meier. My bad. It's on me.
It takes a big man.
We've got a lot of Canucks fans in the chat now, which I feel like is a recent addition. I'm ready to.
Man in the
ready to
crease
talk some
knows
shit.
it's Meier.
Oh, damn.
That's true.
That's no.
Of course
man-
they do, because man in
Manny
the crease.
said every time we get something wrong, say that we heard it on Man in the Crease.
Yeah.
Apologies. My bad.
Apologies to anyone who has not yet seen our Jacob Tierney interview. Make sure you check it out. It's on the YouTube. Also, we've got a guide for if you're picking a team trying to get into the NHL. We've gotten a lot of people who have been like, I'm checking this show out because heated rivalry makes me want to watch hockey. But also the heated rivalry thing, this is very cool, has gotten people who are like, I like hockey, I just don't like podcasts that much. So I'm going to put up with you guys for a little. Don't fuck this up.
Can I say, I really, really appreciate all the people that have tuned into the show this week, and I really, really appreciate sort of the momentum that they've given the show this week. It has been a lightly horrifying experience to log on to like Twitter every day and have your For You page bring you tweets about you that are not tagged, that they just show up on you. Like, I have gotten so many jump scares opening up the app this week that
Heated Rivalry episode 1.
It's horrifying, and I don't love it, but I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm very, very appreciative of the support and the discourse and the momentum. I just might need to delete Twitter from my phone or
I'm
something.
just surprised that everybody's been so positive, because even like heated rivalry fans, people who read the books, no one's really been that mad about like, hey, you haven't read the books, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. And even like I saw one comment where someone was like, oh, like they're just pretending to be into this or whatever. And someone responded and they were like, I don't know, seems to me like they're into it.
I mean,
It's shit that we would be talking about anyway.
There's years
so.
of tape suggesting that we would be into this thing. Like, brunch would have been all fucking over this show.
I'm just surprised because even when it's a good thing and everyone's being positive, there's always, because this is how the internet works, someone needs to be mad about something or mad about something. And everyone's just been fucking cool. And it seems like...
Not everybody, but...
Not everybody.
Like 99%.
99.9% of people, yeah.
But, I mean, it's been... I don't know. I'm glad that so many other people like this show because it's been a fucking experience. We get a new episode tomorrow. It rocks.
I can't wait.
What's that?
can't
Tonight,
wait.
technically, right? Is
Yeah,
it one of those shows
like music.
Why we've never discussed why all of a sudden over the last like 10 years has a certain release date meant the night before?
Well, I mean, I think usually means midnight, I feel like.
But that's not the case for this. Isn't it out at like 9 p.m. or something?
I honestly
when a movie comes out on a Friday, now it comes out on the
Yes.
Thursday at 8 p.m. before or whatever. It's weird.
I mean, for music, I feel like it's a chart thing, yeah? Like, they release on Thursday night, so they have the full week for the charts type of deal. I don't really know how that applies for other forms of media.
All right. Well, some people in the chat are saying like, yeah, I'm new. I came, checked it out because of heated rivalry. Hope you're enjoying everything so far. I like that people who are new have said that they've enjoyed the other stuff we do. We're just goofing around, dicking around, having a fun time. We're nerds, like hockey, movies, whatever. Everybody, if you are new and you're watching this live, of course, press the like button. Make sure you are subscribed on the YouTube. That goes a long way for us. Subscribe to us on the socials. It's crazy to us. Pete mentioned the For You being stuff that we didn't put out there. I'm seeing a lot of social clips of us that we did not make.
Can you guys start
cool.
doing that for hockey stuff? We'd appreciate the help in terms of clipping.
Yeah, if you can
sports
also make a
interaction.
PD clip. If people who have made the clips of us talking about heated rivalry could also make a clip of Petey discussing which team suits Quinn Hughes the best, awesome.
Yeah,
Save
like-
us a lot of work.
Have you ever heard of the one for you, one from me? Like, yeah, just start clipping some of our hockey stuff. That would be very much appreciated. Maybe a slate grade here and there. Be really cool.
Oh, also, lastly, want to shout out the Whatnuts, because a lot of times if you're a passionate fan of something and then there's an influx of new fans, there's some, who are you? Get out of my space. Whatnuts have been super excited to get more friends. So I don't know, maybe I'm cynical, but it's just so weird for me to see something born out of something positive to be universally positive Everyone seems happy. We haven't even had, I don't think we have any of our base would be like, stop talking about this TV show, or God forbid, like, stop talking about this thing that happens to be gay. Everyone's been cool. Keep it up. We love you so much.
Ton of momentum on the Discord this week, by the way. I feel like every time we call out the Discord, a lot of people do actually go and sign up for that or whatever. Just join it. So if you're on Discord and you want to join ours, that's where we keep the party going in after hours and over the weekend. There's a lot of time to just hang out with the Whatnut community on the Discord. Link is in the description below. Please join there. Please follow us on the socials. Please share anything that you can. Clip if you want and share that. But thank you so much for the crazy week.
Someone said that there's a DJ Eyebrows clip. I haven't seen it. Send it to me. I bet it's positive. If it's not positive, you guys don't know what you're fucking doing. Okay? Talk to you next week. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything. Daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.